Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my journey of becoming the person that I want to be and a psychologist. This is day 37. We're slowly making our way to turning this into a habit and a constant everyday thing. And it should have already happened, but I don't think that I was consecutively posting daily for the last 20 days, and it takes a while for a new habit to form. Apologies. Anyways, today was a pretty nice day. I had some stomach issues, but it could have been because of an energy drink. It does happen to me sometimes when I overdo it or I don't eat well. Anyways, I have no other updates. I'm gonna read my book now. I'm downloading a game. I'm just waiting for uni to start again. And I wanted to talk about something. And I've always been a person who wasn't very impressed by himself or wasn't very proud of himself. I never really had that feeling. I had those like highs at moments and I was like, oh, I'm the best and whatnot. But it was never really constant, even though I was doing progress, but not habit progress, but more like progress that I was talking about. And it always looked like this. I'm gonna show it on the whiteboard. So the ticks are the ones that I've been the things that I've been doing well and that I changed. Let's say I changed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things, and one of the things either stays the same or becomes worse. Now, I am a sad person. Now, I'm sad because I only focus on that. Everything else doesn't matter. It's just blocked away from me. And I don't know why I've used the whiteboard for this. I just felt like using the whiteboard because I like writing on it sometimes. I apologize. I'm sorry. Guilty as charged. But yeah, it felt like that. And not only that, but I've focused always on the things that I never started doing, which is stupid, and it is not a good way to think, because as I showed you now, I've done some things. I've started doing things that I wanted to do before without even focusing on them that much. I mean, I did focus on them, but every single time when I do them, I'm like, okay, I did that, yay, happy, woohoo, celebration. And then I'm like, okay, well, that doesn't matter anymore. I completed it. Let me go for the next thing. Oh, look at this. Whoa. This is I should turn this into a white circle. Oh my god, I did it. I am so proud of myself. I'm so sad because this should be a square and I can't make it into a fucking square. God damn it. And it looked like that most of the time. So I have realized this one thing that I have still not perfected, because I honestly didn't focus on that much, but it did change a lot ever since I started actually doing things that I could see that I've been changing like every single day. Let's say changing my bed, reading the book, and all of that. Doing daily things actually helped me a lot, and it actually, I could see the change. The other things, it was more like focused on friendships and relationships with other people, and even though I can see that I've changed them, I can't always see them. They're not always there. They're not physically there. The person that I'm changing my relationship with looks the same. They act the same. I act differently. Though I don't go like, oh wow, I'm proud of myself. I actually told him that. At one point I did, but that feeling of me feeling proud of myself disappeared. It was always just a thing that I kept just congratulating myself, tap on the back, and then fuck off, go on to the next thing, continue improving yourself. And I feel like for some reason, I don't know if that is for every single person, but for me personally, I feel like it changed a lot when I could see the change in my surroundings and in the way that I do things, because now I'm really focusing on the things that I've never been doing, and I've always been a lazy person. And not gonna lie, my sister and I have been kind of spoiled when we were young. We didn't have a lot of money, not in money spoiled way, but in a way like we always would see our grandparents. At one point, I think we even lived with them. Right now we live with them, but we're older. But I mean, like, when we were young, they would spoil us by giving us things just like that, and we would say, no, I don't want it. And it wasn't always like, oh, you don't want to eat your food, okay, then you're not eating anything else. No, it was just like, oh, okay, you're not gonna eat it, okay, I'm gonna give you ice cream or shit like that. Just random stuff that's constantly being like, we weren't forced to do things that we didn't want to do. So we always felt like everything was... One second. My video got stopped automatically because I answered a call. And then just as I was about to record the second video, which I'm gonna merge by installing another app, my sister came in to ask me something, and then it was just at the beginning, so I just decided to start recording again. Not everything, just the second part. As I was saying, everything was given to us basically on a platter. Nothing that we had to do was forced for us to do it. Nothing that we didn't want to do. And that's exactly the issue. We've always had that problem because everything was kind of like, oh, you have to go to the store, and you're like, I don't want to. And then at one point, maybe my mother or somebody else would go to the store instead of me, which is not a good thing at all. You should not do that with your kids. You should tell your kids, do that. You're gonna have to do it. I'm your parent, you're gonna have to listen to me. And it's not because your mother or your father is lazy, even though sometimes that sometimes is the case. But it's because they're trying to teach you that you have to do some stuff in order for you to live a good life. You have to do some stuff. Even though you don't want to do them, you have to do them. So it is kind of hard when you didn't learn that from the start, from the beginning of, from your childhood, to do all of that stuff. You didn't learn from your childhood that you have to do those things. So many things were just a big chore and a big annoyance when somebody would tell me to do some things that I have to do. And then now at the end, when I got a bit older, I was doing things that I was actually, I was kind of forced to change them, but it wasn't really a big issue for me. And it was the friendships and all of that, the relationships and how I should act. I was actually interested in doing that. I'm interested in interactions with people. It is interesting for me. Putting up new habits and changing the way you do things was never really interesting. It just felt more like a chore. And that's exactly why it's always been such an issue for me to do things like this, because I just have that feeling of being annoyed when I constantly have to clean the room, do this, do that. I remember every single week my mother would come in and be like, okay, we're cleaning up the house today. You're gonna vacuum this side of the house. Your sister's gonna vacuum the other side. Even though it would last like not even 10 minutes, I would still be like, oh my fucking God, do we really have to do this today? So it was just always annoying. And you know, this book is actually like really good. It really helped me with that side, because I feel like I've always had that issue and I didn't know how to fix it. And the more that the time passed, the more older I got, the more I realized that I need to do some things in order for me to get better. And even though some of the things, like starting off, was a bit annoying, doing chores, but after doing them, you're like, damn, like, look at my room. It's pretty nice. It's pretty neat. Look at this. I did this. I did that. That's cool. That's really cool. I'm not I'm not a lazy person anymore to an extent. I'm changing. I'm finally doing something. And you're feeling proud of yourself and you feel satisfaction and you feel like you deserve to be proud of yourself. And that's the thing. That this is what makes me proud of myself. Like even when bad days happen, there were some bad days during my journey, and to be honest, in some of the days I was mostly focusing on the bad. But if somebody would ask me either way, how are you? I'm gonna tell them I'm great. And like, I'm not gonna lie to them. I do feel great. I do feel amazing. I don't have any issues, or I don't see them as such huge issues. Like right now, I'm having issues in uni, and that might be a pretty. It is an issue because, like, I want to do this. I want to pursue this career of psychology. But if I fail this year, it's gonna be difficult for me to do so. So, even though I'm not doing really well in uni, I can still say that I'm happy and that I'm proud of myself because I see that I'm changing. The grades do not tell me how good of a person I am, how happy I should be. I did I mean I do get a bad feeling when I don't do something well. However, it's not that terrible. It doesn't last that long. It's not always like, oh my god, I'm so bad at school, I'm bad in uni, this, that, and whatnot. So I think that it's always been that issue, and I never really knew what the issue was until now. And now I actually know the issue. It is my own habits. It is my own change. Me forcing myself, not forcing, but like having to do something that I don't want to do. Because I give up easily on those things. And I guess I just explained why as well. I mean, ever since childhood, I was never really forced to do things, so I had never really had the feeling of having to do them. And now I'm doing them. I'm moving step by step. It is day 37 of me recording. I didn't give up, and I don't even think about giving up. I'm happy to record videos. I'm happy to even think about what I should record. I'm happy to make the bed. But yeah, I mean, I can't say that it is such a big issue for me. Like, only the beginning was kind of an issue, but it at the same time, I was really excited to start. So nothing is really that bad, to be honest. Nothing was really that bad in the beginning. I don't know. I don't know. I just didn't want to force myself to push myself, not force myself, but to push myself to do things that were good. And I'm still struggling with that. I do have to start doing things like studying, and every single time when I say studying, literally my heart rate goes up. Not because I'm excited, but because I'm annoyed. I still don't know why. I think, that also might be because my mom was telling me to study and I never studied. So every time she would say you have to study, my heart would just, I know, but I'm not going to. But I'm trying to change that as well. And as I said, I'm giving myself time because that is the most important thing. And also the most important thing is to not give up and to at least do something. If you have a habit, at least do that habit, and you really feel like you don't want to do the habit, do it at least for a minute every day. The most important thing is for you to do it every single day. It also depends. I mean, if you're going to workouts, you're not gonna work out every single day. But you know what I mean. That habit should stay. Even if you were going to the gym, just go to the gym for 5 minutes. Fucking, I don't know. You don't have to go to the gym. Do push-ups or some shit. Just do some kind of exercise when you already have a habit. You're going to lose a lot of progress when you're not doing something on a bad day. Just doing it for a minute is important. And that is the last chapter that I read in the Atomic Habits. I have this much left. And honestly, it's not even that much, it's even less. Because, yeah, it ends here. So this other part is just, what should you read next? How to apply these ideas to parenting, how to apply them to business. I mean, these things are acknowledgements. These things are important, but you know, I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read it all. I'm not gonna be lazy. And to be honest, it's an interesting book. I like reading it, and I'm excited to read the next one, which is The Concise Laws of Human Nature. And I read that before, but I absolutely forgot every single thing I read about it. So I'm gonna read that next. But yeah, that is it for today. I think overall this video is like 15 minutes long, something like that. If I do actually succeed to make 2 videos into 1 video and then upload it, I don't know how the quality will be. And I hope that the app doesn't tell me, oh, you have to pay $1 monthly subscription in order for you to have a good quality video. Fuck you. Don't do that. I hope it doesn't do that. If it is bad quality, I apologize. It's not gonna happen again. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. This is day 37. I'll see you tomorrow in day 38. Goodbye.